right, welcome into another Rocked On Detroit Lions breaking news edition. Late breaking, about an hour and a half ago. Information was passed around that Jordan Love is going to be holding out from the Green Bay Packers and forcing a new deal or no play structure in Green Bay. Now, this is a Detroit Lions channel, but we also cover NFC North news and news and rumors going around the NFL. This is significant. So anytime that, you have a player that is holding out, especially within the NFC North, it affects the Detroit Lions. The question is, will a deal get done? How soon until a deal will get done? And what kind of message is this sending to Jordan Love's teammates? So is this going to spark a rift within the locker room? Are the Packers going to start to have issues within the locker room this year because Jordan Love is trying to force the hand? What would have happened if, Green Bay put him through this season without a new contract and then just utilized the franchise tag? Is Jordan Love, there's so many questions. Is Jordan Love even worth the new contract yet? What has he really shown? So there's too many questions that need to get answered. And I'm not going to be the one to answer all of them because I am not part of Packers Nation. But what I will say from the outside looking in, does this sound like a crybaby throwing a temper tantrum? That's exactly what it sounds like to me. I got to be honest, and I'll put the Lions bias aside. What has Jordan Love done? He had a great second half to the season last year. That's it. And what's about to happen for Jordan Love is he is probably going to end up, if the Packers believe in him that much, they're going to make him the richest quarterback in NFL history. That is a slap in the face to all of the other quarterbacks that are doing it at a high level and have put all the time in on the field, not behind Aaron Rodgers, but on the field for 3-4 seasons before they get their massive deal. It's a money grab. So let's get into it. Let's get into some of the articles and talk about what's going on here with Jordan Love. So according to The Athletic, I tried to put my bias aside, and I really do try. Packers Jordan Love won't practice until a new contract is finalized. Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love will not practice until he gets a new contract extension. General Manager Brian Gutekunst said on Monday, Love has participated in all offseason activities, even without a new contract, but the quarterback's representation informed the Packers on Saturday that he won't practice until a new deal is signed. Now, I had a brief moment to listen to Adam Schefter, who I guess is kind of going through it. He was part of the whole debacle with the Microsoft outage and the planes being downed, and he couldn't make it home. So his why games, why he deserved a contract. Jordan Love's gone through 8. But that's just a way of the NFL now. But anyway, I'll digress. I'll come back to Adam Schefter in a minute. So Gutekunst says he feels that they're close. Of Love's practice absence, he added that it's not unexpected, and they'll work to get it done. Hopefully, he won't miss too much time. Now, this is where I'm going to go back to Adam Schefter. So Adam Schefter had mentioned that part of the reason why Jordan Love would be holding out was because they don't want a rolled ankle, a trivial injury to pop up here during camp that would then shut down all the negotiations. Because let's just say Jordan Love goes out and steps on a pebble wrong, walking into the field, rolls his ankle. Well, now he develops a 3-4 week thing. Well, contract talks are now done. He's sidelined. Who's your backup? Because he's going to be the one that's playing. And that could completely derail the entire season. So if they do believe that they're really going to get a deal done, then the Packers won't care too much that Jordan Love isn't practicing. But me as a teammate, I'd be furious, man. I mean, yeah, go get your money, but I'd be furious because, the Packers are trying to do something this year. And I don't think that's the way that you want to show your team as a very young quarterback who only led a team for one season, is now putting his team in this type of jeopardy where they're going to miss valuable time at the start of training camp. So anyway, the article goes on to say that Love, 25, entering a contract year. He's coming off of a contract where they put kind of a temporary Band-Aid in place. They gave him a 1-year extension, with a little bit of cash involved in it. It wasn't a slap in the face, bare minimum kind of deal. They gave him a good chunk of change. And according to The Athletic, Love is coming off of a breakout first season. I would say half of a breakout, half of a season is what I would say. He had a few good games. But without that defense or, without those offensive weapons around him, how good is Jordan Love on his own? And you could ask that about any quarterback in this league. And those are the questions that, you're going to have to answer. So throwing for 4,159 yards, 32 touchdowns to 11 interceptions, that is a pretty damn good season for Jordan Love. Is he deserving of a new contract? Sure. But does he deserve it of the largest contract in NFL history? Hell no. So Jared Goff recently earned $53 million per year from the Detroit Lions. Absolutely delivered everything that he said that he was going to do when he walked into Detroit. And within 3 seasons, they've turned that team around completely. Trevor Lawrence then backed that deal up with $55 million. So Jordan Love is kind of in the same boat to me as Trevor Lawrence. Like, Trevor Lawrence hasn't done anything really yet. But this is where I'm going to go back to my first point. Trevor's been on the field for 3 seasons. Jordan's been on the field for 1. Does Trevor deserve $55 million a year on average? No way. But they can at least see in Trevor some sort of consistency. There's a whole body of work there that they can at least say, you know what? We're going to roll the dice on the guy. We're going to lock him in now, because if he goes out and has a crazy season this season, then next year it's going to be $60 million. So let's save where we can save. So it's a business decision. But then you have, Jordan Love, that a deal that could fall in line somewhere between 4 years, $224 million. $224 million on an extension that would make him the highest paid player in the NFL. Now, of course, if as the article says, if Love continues on his current trajectory, then it might look like a bargain in a couple of years. I hope y'all can come back and answer that question with an affirmative. Yep, it was a bargain. It was a good deal. But we'll be on the wait and see approach with that one. Next article we'll pull in here's not an article at all. Fox News. And pull this one open. Not a giant Fox reader, but they've been pulling in some articles lately, so they pop up. Obviously, with training camp kicking off, we know that Jordan Love's not going to practice, but these are big deals, is what they say. They take time. So until they get it resolved, he won't be practicing. Now, Packers coach Matt LaFleur said that Love would be at practice, but sitting out. So he's going to get mental reps, but he's sitting out. Last week, reporters were allegedly instructed not to bring up training camp or ongoing contract negotiations to Love. But the question was asked anyway. And you know what, reporters, I'm glad you asked. Nobody should tell you how to keep the public informed. Nobody. As long as you're doing it the right way with truth, honesty, transparency, reporters should be able to ask anything that they want. Journalists should be able to ask and write anything they want. There is no censorship when it comes to journalism. There should not be, anyway. So apparently someone stepped in when this question was asked, and they kept repeating the word nope. And Love smiled, and the media availability was then cut off right there. That's censorship, Green Bay. That is 1,000% censorship. You're lucky I didn't see that last week live, because I would have probably thrown a what fit about it. His most impressive start last season came in the NFC wildcard round when he led the Packers to a 48-32 victory over the Dallas Cowboys. I would agree with that. That was a pretty phenomenal game for them. I'm glad they kicked the snot out of the Cowboys, but I mean, the Cowboys honestly were not that great of a team. I think that they're really not. They just get a lot of breaks from the refs, huh? So anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comments below. I just wanted to step into this landmine for a minute and talk about Jordan Love, because to me this is tearing the fibers of the NFL apart. I don't think that you should be up for any sort of a contract of this magnitude without X amount of hours on the field. You know what I mean? You know how they say that, you're not a master of anything until you put 10,000 hours in. Well, I think in the NFL, you accrue seasons because you You sit on the bench behind somebody. You're accruing those seasons because you were on the active 53-man roster. But what about playing time? What about actually going in and doing something? I don't think that you should be up for any sort of a max contract unless you have put in, 3 seasons of solid work. You started 21 player, 40 games at least, and put in 3 seasons of work, just like rookies have to do. Rookies have to play for 3 seasons before they are eligible for a new contract. Jordan Love hasn't technically played 3 seasons. He's played 1 as a starter. Now, before that, I think he got into a game or 2 for a few minutes or so in garbage time or filling in for Aaron Rodgers. But that's about it. So that's it for today's update. I see you guys all in the chat. I know you guys are probably not loving this with Aaron Rodgers, but with Jordan Love, and I'm not either. I think it's absolute garbage that this guy's about to get paid, but it is what it is. I just can't wait till we see him here soon in the season, and we'll show you how he's not worth $60 million a year. All right, you guys be great rest of your day. Go One Pride, go Detroit Lions. Thumbs down on the Packers.